Head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears.
Carlos Santos, the kickoff for Chicago.
Here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started. Off we go from Soldier Field. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. Allen gonna throw to get things going. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Second and a yard. On the ground, this is James Cook. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Set to go now on first and 10. Here's Allen to throw. That's taken in. It's James Cook.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Going to give it to Cook. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier.
Third and 9. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. Third down and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Montez Sweat that time fights his way in to record the sack. On fourth down, the Bills send out the veteran Sam Martin to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Allen in motion. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll work this out to the 23. Matt Milano there to stop him. They face second down and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the 23-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Check. Set go.
They'll go again with Swift. He's going to have a Bears first down as he gets this one up past the 30. Allen in motion. Oh, a loose football. But this is taken in by a teammate. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12.
Go.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. Pass is caught. That's DJ Moore. Inside the 10. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Chicago. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He's got it. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. First and 10. Cooper going in motion. On first down, it's Allen. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On second down, here is Allen. A pass taken in by Johnson. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 14. First down, Bills.
So after one, 7-0 is our score. We're back to Soldier Field after this. They'll throw on first down with Allen. This one brought in by Curtis Samuel. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Cooper going in motion. One more time going up top with Allen. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down? They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On third down, it's Josh Allen. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears will take over possession here at the 44.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Allen in motion. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Let's go now. Drop low 80.
This is an RPO, and quickly they'll hit Allen. Down the right sideline. And he will score. Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Bears. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears move out on top, 14-0. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. The return starts from the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Once again, it's Cook. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Throwing is Allen. Has his man, it's Samuel. 11 yards on the connection there. 1st down, Buffalo.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Play action. It's Allen. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
On play action, Allen. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Tremaine Edmunds.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Jack Panther.
Give up the middle with Swift. There he goes. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this all the way home. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Chicago. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him. And that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Cook. He finds a seam, a good run, up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains. Here's Cook. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. A carry for Cook. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're 2nd. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. So now, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. The Bills going to use their final timeout here as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll go play action here with Allen. That's caught downfield by Cooper. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Bills 1st down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Pass's kick is good, and the Bills are on the board just before halftime.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
This one taken at the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Come on, set. Mustang 19. Ready.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll tuck it and take off. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Okay, ready.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Set. Hey, smash.
Allen in motion.
Hut, hut.
They'll run. It's Swift. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Bears 21, Bills 3.
All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports.
Tyler Bass, the kickoff for Buffalo.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
On the jump.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ring alert,
Allen
ring alert.
in motion.
Check go.
This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Okay, break.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Set, ready.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. A dive and a catch. Incredible. A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California, and here's another one. The rookie gets his team a 1st down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field. And not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
Go. Liking 18. Go.
On 1st down, it's Swift. A gain there of 17.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the 1st half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Allen in motion. On 1st down, they give it right back to Swift. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13.
Set. Go street.
Allen in motion.
Ready, ready.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. Open man, that's Rome Odunze. And he's in! Rome Odunze. Touchdown, Bears. Santos for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bears stretch it out. Leading now by the score of 28-3. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Tyreek Stevenson.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
Here we go, set. Cowboy 80.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. They'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. They were not fooled on defense. Saw the screen from the start. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Cougar 19. 19 Lion. 18 Rattler. 18 Hurt. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready. Street. Hut.
On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. He is in. Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Chicago. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
On is Santos for the PAT. He knocks it through, and the Bears will add one more onto their big lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Allen working from the pistol. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Here's a first carry for the man from Kentucky, Ray Davis. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 8.
Five wide. Middle. Look out.
Allen to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
On 3rd down, they go with Cook. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. They'll try it now with Cook. And he's going to have the Bills' 1st down. They'll wind up getting the yards they need on 4th and 3.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. Throw is caught by Cooper on the right side. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
What's that?
Here's a handoff to Cook. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. Here's Cook. And they'll get into the end zone for the first time tonight. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Bass's kick is good. And the Bills cut into the lead a little bit. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an outside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Moore going in motion.
79 Bronco. Check go.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. That is caught downfield by Odunze. And he will score. Rome Odunze. Touchdown Bears. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Allen going to give it to Cook. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 2nd and 7. one. They'll give this to Davis. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like, living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That finds Samuel working across.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. 1st down, Chicago.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let's go. Dragon 60. Check smash, check smash. Warrior 70. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Christian Benford.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Cook. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
On 2nd down, here's Allen.
So you decide to put the ball in the air deep in your own end zone. That's fine. But the internal clock of the quarterback, it's got to speed up even a little bit more. You cannot hold the ball in this part of the field. And tell you what, he takes the sack, but he's lucky it wasn't a safety.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Allen from his own end zone. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield.
3-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Come on, set! Set, hey! Pioneer!
To throw is Williams. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Kmet. And we'll get whistles and a timeout, so they will stop the clock. Closing seconds, game decided, but timeout anyway.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Buffalo 18! Ready?
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Gonna look deep, looking for more.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Here we go. One final play. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. So this one in the win column for the Bears. And they do it in blowout fashion. We thought this might be a competitive battle. It was anything but. Points came early, and often they cruised to an easy victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from along the lakefront at Soldier Field in Chicago.
All right, no table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Henry has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up, that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. This one doesn't make the landing zone, so this drive's going to start at the 40. They send a man in motion. It's Allen out of the pistol. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down. Finds his man, it's Keon Coleman. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Curtis Samuel's there for the catch. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills finish off their opening drive. Amari Cooper, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on 1st down? And a fresh set of downs on its way. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And they beat him to the edge. That run stuck back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Lamar out of the pistol. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's taken down at the 30. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Christian Benford up to make that stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Vacates quickly left side. Now he takes it. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
He calls his own number, and they take this in for the score. The Ravens take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. after thinking it over, they're lining up for 2. Pistol snap to Jackson. Buys time, rolling right. And he's across the goal line and in. That makes it an 8-point lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Half 85. Monday. What's that?
Now Allen off the play action. He's got the hook up to Cooper. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Bills first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield.
Alert! Half 10. Alert! 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 What's that?
Play action now, Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Working quickly here.
It's a 10-yard loss.
After the sack, another pass on second down. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Tucker on for the extra point. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Tucker on for the extra point. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. The throw is caught. And he isn't able to get in here. That lead's going to stay right where it is. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. First tone of the game for James Cook. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up. Again, it's Cook. He cuts it to the right sideline. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. First and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Another one for Cook. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line.
No gain on the play. Brings up
Second and 10 now. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
5 wide. Right, home.
Here's Allen. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Brandon Stevens has it. And the Ravens put together a wonderful return. Gets him back inside the 40 following the interception.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
First down, ball at the 36. Lamar now from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it's going to be second down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. One final shot before halftime. And oh, he got it! Interception! DeMar Hamlin picks it off. And the Bills are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touch. First and 10 now from the 30.
Middle. 56, 56. What's that?
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he rocks the tackler. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Look out.
Left side into the hands of Shakir. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Offense in the hurry up here.
Regular.
Complete to Khalil Shakir.
To throw again, it's Allen. Complete, it's Cooper. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On first down, Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Offense up to the line fast.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. To the air again, Allen. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Ravens' 12-yard line.
Allen gonna throw again. This throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Cook goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd.
We'll see them tackle 2nd and goal after the break. It's Bills football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a give to Cook, running left. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills now within 1 score in the 4th. It's a James Cook touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work. A lot's got to go right to tie this up now. Need a touchdown and a 2-point try, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, got to recover this kick. And no dice on this kick. The Ravens recover. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A toss now to Henry. Breaks the tackle, still going. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
They toss right side to Henry. And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
This is Henry on second. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to first and goal.
A lot of times we will see defenses get so overcommitted to defending that inside run, they're vulnerable to the outside toss. And that's when things open up, and you can reset those downs.
They'll run here with Henry. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on second and goal. Changing it up here. Jackson escapes the pocket. They did it! He made the interception! Christian Benford has it. And the Bills have some new life in the fourth. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bills trail by 8. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Regular. Look out.
Now Allen. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Off 52. Monday. Fifty-six. What's that?
They'll try the right side with Cook. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up.
What's that?
Setting up to pass. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Look out.
Here he is to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 32 on the play. And now they have a first and goal.
Alert. Half. Look out.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first timeout. Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal.
What's that?
Here he is to throw. Catch is made in close. And he takes it in for the touchdown. Down to their last breaths. And he gives them a shot now to force overtime. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Done.
Buffalo calls its second timeout of the half. Still one more in their pocket to use. So after thinking it over, they're lining up for two. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Defense had a chance to scheme it up, now lined up to defend this try.
Hey, tight.
Back to throw. And that catch gets them the two. We're all tied up here in the fourth. They're not out of it yet. That conversion successfully tied this game and puts us, of course, on track for overtime.
So much momentum gain, long odds to get those two-point conversions, but now you got to have discipline. We know, we've seen it in playoffs with limited time left. You got to make sure you finish the deal and carry this momentum you've just gained into that extra frame.
He's going to field this at the 2. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And he's able to get this up to the 33 on a nice run. That gives him 7, sets up 4th down and 3. Man, this has been such a great game. Nobody is ready for it to end just yet. After 4 quarters, we're headed to overtime. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
56.
2nd and 8. Lays out left side and gets it. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Handoff headed right. It's Cook. He spins right by him, and he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a pickup of 11, and that's good for a Bills first down. New set of downs for him at the 38.
38-yard line.
Hey, hold.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
32-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. Gets this to Kincaid. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Buffalo Bills.
Now it's Cook. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Gotta hurry this to the line.
Half 85. Good luck.
On the tackle. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
Here's 2nd and 11. He has it, but he can't hang on. No interception, incomplete. Oh, the impact that could have had on overtime. Instead, we move on to 3rd down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Go.
On the ground, first run for Ray Davis. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Here we go.
Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line.
It's 4th down.
Alert. What's that?
Now to throw. He's got it to his running back. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running.
Buffalo Bills. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Off 52.
And they'll pause things with a timeout. Just 10 seconds remaining in overtime. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
What's that?
Here's Cook. And he's brought down for a loss. So we still can't decide a winner in this one. Let's reset that clock and do it all over again. What do you say? Another overtime is coming your way. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Here we go.
This one's caught. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final